Hello, this is Children's Church at Pleasant View. And so I guess I'll just simply tell a story for the children. It's about the handwriting on the wall. Handwriting on the wall, that comes from Daniel chapter 5 in the Bible, where the king at that time was Belshazzar. Belshazzar was a king that followed his father or grandfather, Nebuchadnezzar, who overrun with his troops and destroyed the temple and carried away the captives. And one of them was Daniel, and the other one was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now this is years later, and Nebuchadnezzar's son or grandson, Belshazzar, is king. And he is having a great feast. A great celebration is given in Daniel chapter 5, whenever he has all his officers and from everyone of the whole nation, which was most of the world at that time, coming together for this great feast and celebration. And as he was there, with his officials, and there was this great banquet, he wanted to make this banquet a little bit more special than, it had to be a banquet, best banquet they ever had, even better than his father Nebuchadnezzar. So he went to thinking, back in the treasures there is some very fine gold, silver, and utensils that were in a temple someplace. The temple in Jerusalem. Hey, you officers, go to the treasures and bring out those special vessels that we never used. And we're going to make this feast the best feast we ever had. And so they went and got these things. And they brought them to Belshazzar. And so he laid them out and gave them to people, and they were drinking and worshiping their idols and gods using these special kind of vessels that they had never used before. And I suppose he was really getting pumped up and thinking, we're really having the best celebration and feast we ever had. And so as they were going on with this, finally the music slowed down and finally stopped. And everything else became quiet. What's going on? And then he saw it. He saw a hand that was writing a message on the wall. And he shook. His knees shook. And he was scared. Somebody here, you magicians and you wise men of mine, come and tell me, read me the message and tell me what it means. We need to know. We need to know the message that is on the wall. Yeah. And then none of them knew. And so he was getting more scared. Then someone touched him, and it was the queen. She said, when your father Nebuchadnezzar's queen, there was a man named Daniel. And Daniel, he was the man that could tell mysteries and interpret dreams, and he had the knowledge of a God on him. Call Daniel. So they called Daniel to read the writing on the wall. And so Daniel came and before the king, and the king said, Please, Daniel, your highness, please answer and tell me the reading on the wall, and I'll give you great presents. I'll make you third ruler in the kingdom. I'll give you all kinds of things, whatever, the best clothes and the best place that we have, and you'll be the third ruler in the kingdom. Daniel says, you can keep all your gifts. Yet I will read the reading on the wall. The reading is for you, Belshazzar. The reading is mene, God has numbered the days of your reign and brought them to an end. Oh, that was the first message. The next message, Tekel, is King Belshazzar. It is that you have been weighed in the balance and have failed the test. You're not capable anymore. The present is that your kingdom is divided. Be divided between the Medes and the Persians. So King Belshazzar, it's over for you. That is the meaning of the writing on the wall. And it was. For the Medes and the Persians entered the city that night, killed the king, and took over the whole city. And it was divided between the Medes and the Persians, and they had a new king from then on. Daniel continued to minister even to that king. Oh yes, under that king who loved Daniel, he was put in the lion's den one time, but the king didn't want him to be there, and the king hoped that his God would indeed deliver him from the mouth of the lions. And Daniel was delivered from the mouth of the lions. And so Daniel lived a good life, even though he was taken captive from his homeland in Jerusalem. He lived faithful to God. And I trust that all of you here that hear me today will follow the voice of God in Jesus Christ as given in this wonderful book called the Bible. God bless you. Amen.